You have probably heard the word occult used in many different ways. But do we really understand what it means? The term occult in English doesn't fully capture its true essence. At its core, occult refers to a divine capability, a sacred power that goes beyond our ordinary senses. The Sanskrit term that describes this sacred knowledge is Guhya Shastra, Rahasya Vidya, which translates as hidden science. Sadly, it's often misunderstood as something dark or evil. But here's the truth: the occult is not about darkness, it's about the hidden. Let me take you further. Knowledge in Sastras is divided into two categories: Prakata Sastras and Guhya Shastras. Prakata Shastras. These are teachings that talk about material sciences. They are open teachings. That means anyone can approach and understand them. They offer external knowledge. Think of it like the science of the material world. Examples: Artha Shastra, Ganita Shastra, Ratna Shastra, Shilpa Shastra, Niti Shastra, etc. These are available for anyone to grasp. Now coming to Guhya Shastras. These are divine sciences, secret teachings. They are meant only for those who are eligible, those ready to receive the sacred knowledge about inner journey and awakening. These scriptures unlock wisdom that goes beyond the senses and beyond the material world. Examples include Dharma Shastras, Mantra Shastras, Tattva Shastras, Vedanta Shastras, etc. Guhya Shastras are not just some random knowledge. It's only for those who seek the truth at the highest level. But wait, what do I mean by eligibility, ready, etc.? That's where things get interesting. Now, before we dive into the deeper aspects of this, let's understand why the Guhya Shastras are not for everyone. Let us consider an example to illustrate this. Imagine you want to become a doctor. Can you just walk into a hospital and start treating patients? Of course not. You first need years of medical education, rigorous exams, and then hands-on experience. Without these preparations, you are unqualified. You could be putting lives at risk, right? Well, the same goes for Guhya Shastras. These teachings are not like the surface-level knowledge you find in your average book or course. They are transformative. And to understand them, you need qualifications. Here is what I mean. A strong grounding in foundational scriptures. I mean, you need to be familiar with the basics. We'll come to this foundational knowledge in a couple of minutes in this video. And purity of mind, body, and intent. Think of it like a clear lens. Only when the lens is clean, you can see it properly. Only when your mind, body, and intent are pure, you can see the divine truth clearly. A disciplined lifestyle rooted in ethics, without a strong foundation in how to live ethically, the higher wisdom won't even resonate with you. And a qualified guru's guidance. Just like a doctor needs to be trained under a senior expert, you need to be guided by someone who has already walked that path. And without these prerequisites, it's like trying to fix a car engine without knowing how it works. You might end up causing more harm than good. The same applies to Guhya Shastras. They deal with things like yantra, mantra, and tantra, which, if misunderstood or misused, can have serious consequences. That's why these teachings are reserved only for those who are ready, those who have built the foundation to handle the power properly. So what's the bottom line? Eligibility is not just a formality, it's a safeguard. It ensures that the sacred teachings within these Shastras are approached with the respect and responsibility they deserve. And once you are prepared, these teachings have the power to elevate your consciousness, transform your life, and connect you to a level of divine wisdom that's been waiting for you all along. So, are you ready to take the first steps towards understanding these Shastras? Let's dive into Guhya Shastras, the hidden wisdom that leads to the deepest realizations. But first, Let me ask you this. What does knowledge really mean to you? Think. Chalo. Knowledge in Shastras is further divided into Guhya, Guhyatara and Guhyatama. Guhya, the confidential knowledge. We start with the basics, Dharma Shastras. These teachings are for the beginners, those who are just stepping into the spiritual path. It's like learning the rules of life before you can start applying the deeper wisdom. Imagine this. You are beginning a journey and you need a foundation first, right? That's exactly what Dharma Shastras provide. Guidance on how to live, what to practice, what to follow, and how to build a strong foundation for your spiritual growth. And now, coming to Guhyatara, the deeper and the hidden knowledge. Once you have mastered the basics, it's time to dive deeper. Mantra Shastras are at this level. And trust me, they are more than just words. They are vibrations, sacred codes that open doors to deeper spiritual transformation. For instance, have you ever felt the profound impact of chanting mantras? These mantras have the power to guide you to new realms of understanding, helping you to see beyond the surface and transform your consciousness. And finally, Guhyatama, the ultimate and the supreme knowledge. Now, if you are ready for the ultimate truth, this is where the magic happens. This level is for the highest wisdom, those who seek the deepest revelations about existence and the self. Here we find Tattva Shastras, Vedanta Shastras, Sri Vidya, and texts like Bhagavad Gita, Lalita Sahasram, Tripura Rahasyam, etc. These are not just books, they are portals to the universal truths about who you are and what the universe is. And at first glance, you might wonder, how could understanding and following Dharma be classified as Guhya Shastra, a hidden or secret knowledge? Doesn't it seem like Dharma, being so essential, should be straightforward, right? Let me share an example that will help you understand this profound concept. Imagine this. An eagle has caught a small bird. It's perched on a tree, tightly holding the bird in its claws, ready to eat it. The bird is crying out in pain, desperately struggling to escape. And there you are, watching this unfold right in front of you. Now comes the dilemma. If you save the bird, you are taking away the eagle's food. But if you don't save the bird, you feel guilty for not helping when you had the power to do so. So, what should you do? Pause for a moment and really think about it. This is the complexity of Dharma. It's not black and white. To truly grasp it, you need to understand its deeper intricacies, its ins and outs. Following Dharma is not as simple as obeying a set of predefined rules. It requires insight, careful thought, and spiritual maturity. Here is the fascinating part. Dharma Shastras are considered Guhya because their teachings are layered. They are not easy to understand right away. Their deeper meanings reveal themselves only to those who are spiritually prepared to uncover them. And that preparation, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, sometimes lifetimes of consistent effort to develop the insight required to navigate the complexities of Dharma. Let me explain this further with a real-world analogy. When you are studying for your degrees, like BSc, BCom or BTech, do you remember how confusing some concepts seemed to be at that time? It was like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. But then, when you advance to MSc, MCom or MTech, those earlier concepts which were like puzzles in previous levels began to make sense and clear. But here's the twist. While you were gaining clarity on what you learned earlier in your previous levels, you also encounter new challenges at this higher level. The learning did not stop. It deepened. Every step forward reveals even greater depths to explore. This is exactly how the journey of Dharma works. With spiritual growth, the subtler layers of Dharma starts making sense. And just like in academics, every new level brings clarity on the previous levels, but also presents new puzzles to solve in the current level. And now, Returning to the eagle and bird dilemma, what would you do? Here is a small insight to guide you. To follow Dharma, you must neither act impulsively nor remain indifferent. The key lies in finding balance. Approach every situation with calm and neutral perspective. This is why Dharma Sastras are Guhya. They don't give you simple answers. Instead, they teach you how to develop the wisdom to discern the right path in any situation. And here is something important to keep in mind. Neither sensitivity nor arrogance can guide you in Dharma. Striking the right balance is crucial. But what if you are still unsure? That's when you seek guidance from a true guru. A guru's wisdom and compassion can help you navigate these complexities with clarity and confidence. For now, Dharma is Guhya, the first step on this profound journey. This is just the beginning of our journey together. In future videos, we'll explore these concepts more deeply. So, stick around. There is more to uncover, and I promise it will be worth it. And now, coming to the next layer, Guhyatara, the deeper secret. Here, we enter the realm of mantra shastras. You might be wondering, what makes mantras so special? They are collections of sacred words, right? Well, they are much more than that. Mantras are profound teachings, carrying layers of hidden meanings, divine concepts, and universal truths. For example, mantras like Purusha Suktam, Sri Suktam, Rudram, etc. holds within them the mysteries of creation and the interconnectedness of life and the divine order of the cosmos. But here is the secret. Unlocking these meanings is not as simple as reciting these words. It requires dedication, guidance, and spiritual readiness, and the qualities that you develop through consistent effort and practice. And these mantras are like keys, and when used correctly, they open doors to understanding the universe at a level you have never imagined before. And finally, we arrive at Guhyatama, the supreme secret and the pinnacle of sacred knowledge. This is where we encounter the most advanced teachings: Tattva Shastras, Vedanta Shastras, Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, and Sri Vidya. Each of these paths offer a subtle but profound perspective. Yet all they converge towards one ultimate reality, that is, realizing the self and understanding the ultimate reality. This is the highest layer of wisdom, the point where knowledge transforms into direct experience. I repeat, this is the point where knowledge transforms into direct experience. It's not about theories or ideas anymore. It's about revealing the very essence of existence, the core of who are you. Let's put this entire journey, Guhya, Guhyatara, and Guhyatama, into perspective. Imagine peeling back the layers of an onion. Each layer reveals a greater depth, a more profound truth, until you finally reach the center. And what lies at the center? Your true self. At the surface, we start with the Prakata Shastras, the external sciences and obvious teachings. But as we go deeper, layer by layer, we encounter the Antarvijnanam, the inner wisdom revealed through these Guhya Shastras. Here is something to reflect on. Guhya is not just about what's hidden. It's about learning to distinguish between the outer and the inner, the Bahya and Antara. It's about bridging the gap between what we see outside and what lies within. The journey through Guhya, Guhyatara, and Guhyatama is not just a path, it's a bridge, connecting the external world to the internal one, guiding us step by step towards the ultimate realization of our own self. And here is where I would like to leave you with a question to ponder. What layer are you currently exploring in your spiritual journey? Are you still navigating the surface, or are you beginning to uncover the deeper secrets within? In the next sections, we'll peel back another layer together. Stay with me as we dive deeper, because each step brings us closer to the essence of who we are. And trust me, what lies ahead is worth every moment of this journey. and I am about to share with you the timeless and sacred wisdom of these Shastras. Let's move on.